Hey guys, you guys are awesome. I appreciate all the encouraging chats. Thank you so much for waiting. Um, I hope you guys, since it looks like you guys were doing all your schoolwork already, which I am very impressed for. I guess you guys are ready to start the weekend. Um, Hopefully we can stay a little bit later. I'm totally down to do that if you guys are, to make up for the time that we lost in the morning. I woke up this morning, got it all set up, and then right before I was about to go live, my computer just completely crashed and just went black, and so I had to restart it all, reopen everything, get everything linked up for the live stream. So I appreciate you guys for waiting. Let's get started. Okay. So, our our morning plan for today. We have our quote of the day from somebody that's really cool and really awesome. We have our art review. Some of you were able to get stuff into me the very last minute, and so I think I got everybody. Possibly. If I didn't get you, don't worry. We'll show you next class anyway. Then we're going to do our characters for today. We're going to draw some characters. Then we're going to take a karate break. Then we're going to draw some animals, and then I'm going to send you guys off with your challenge of the day, and then I will actually send you guys off. Oh, awesome! You did all your math, Blake. Fantastic. Hi, guys. Hi, Mo. Hi, Zoe. Hi, Galaxy Master 5987. Hi, everybody. Oh, you guys are awesome. Okay, let's do it. So, our quote of the day comes from not an artist per se, but somebody that inspires not only me, but I'm sure a lot of you and everybody else around him. And he said, and I actually have two quotes for him because since it was just Earth Day, happy Earth Day, everybody. I have two quotes from Steve Irwin because he's done so much for the world, for Earth, for nature, for wildlife, and I think it's worth it to have two quotes. So he said, "If we can teach people about wildlife, they will be touched. Share my wildlife with me, because humans want to share things that they love. They want to save things that they love. Excuse me. Um, you guys are so sweet. Yeah. So I love that because I love that like his mission isn't only just to share his passions, but it's also to teach people and save the things that he's passionate about. And he knows that in order for people to care, they gotta love something, or if they love something, they'll care about it. Um, and obviously, you could see it. Like, I mean, his family. If you follow his family on social media, on Instagram and stuff, they're all still clearly carrying on that passion that their father instilled into them, and they all do some really cool things with wildlife and with zoos and stuff. So it's really fun people to follow on Instagram. Um, but the actual quote of the day that I had for him was, "I have a message for my fans," which I felt was fitting because I'm assuming a lot of you guys were his fans. Hey Cohen, probably trading too, maybe. Hi guys. Happy Arbor Day too. So he said, "I have a message for my fans. Whatever you want to do in this world is achievable. The most important thing that I found that perhaps you can use is to be passionate and enthusiastic in the direction that you choose in life, and you'll be a winner." I'm going to read that one more time just so it sinks in. Um, I have a message for my fans. Whatever you want to do in this world is achievable. The most important thing that I found that perhaps you can use is be passionate and enthusiastic in the direction that you choose in life, and you'll be a winner. And clearly that's what he embodied, that's what he did. Um, yes, wildlife is the best. It's awesome. And I mean, it's plants, it's animals, it's nature, it's the stars, it's the ocean, the beach, like going on hikes. Like, it's all just so important. And what's cool is that now with everybody staying inside and not driving as much and just going on walks, nature has actually resettled almost and gotten back to like a little bit of a healthier spot. I've even heard like the channels in Italy are now you can actually see through the water. They're so clean, because before you couldn't. But yeah, so I want us to take a second to, like Steve said, and I want us to think about our passions, think about what you love, think about what you're like on fire for, what sets your heart on fire, which you guys are excited to get up in the morning to do. So take a moment. We're going to slow down for a second. We're going to take a moment to breathe. Close your eyes. and open your mind and your heart to the world around you. And like Steve, I want you to let yourself be passionate about your work. Don't hold back. Let your talents and interests shine bright. Sometimes I think we might be good at something and then we don't let ourselves be as good about it or as good with it because we're shy or we don't want to make somebody else look bad, which is very considerate, but I think we're doing a disservice to the world around us if we don't let our passions shine. So I want you guys to really just think of the things that you're passionate about. Think of the things that you're like you go crazy about, the things that you can talk about to no end, the things that you're like a nerd about. Like I want those passions that you secretly like are very crazy about, and you try to like keep it on the down low so that people don't realize how crazy about it you are. And I want you to feel that passion. I want you to not hold back, and I want you to let this passion shine through in your drawings today. Whatever it is that you like drawing. If you like drawing the fur, if you like drawing the eyes, if you like whatever it is that you're drawing today, see if that can shine through in your drawings. And when you allow yourself to fully be you, that's when you can thrive. It's when you don't hold back. So for right now, let's thrive and let's draw. You go crazy about animals. What is your favorite baby animal? Ooh, Star Wars is what you go crazy about. You guys are so funny. This life of a pollinator. What's that? Favorite animals are cats. Oh, we're gonna draw a lot of cats today. Yeah. Bunnies. Go crazy about animals. My favorite baby animal. I mean, baby turtles. Obviously, I can't say no to that. Our artist of the week here reading in the flowers area, or if that was, I mean, I think they have to be markers. That's what it looks like. But let me know if you wanted them to bleed like that, abstract. And I know Gloria's very little, so I don't think that was intentional. But I kind of because she tagged me in it. Those are the greens that you used. I know, right? As well as crushed it. Everyone did such a good job. Yes. Yeah, I love it. And you guys were able on Instagram at teacher.noah. And I could also follow your stuff. So like, for example, Zoe posts a lot of like really great drawings that stay up to date. And yeah, but we can absolutely, I will add them into another class and we'll figure out, maybe we'll just do like a white animal. And then after the karate break, we're going to do animals. So here we go. This is our first character that was suggested. Okay. Now, this is Unikitty. She is awesome. And let's break her down into some shapes. Okay. I'm going to start with pink, but this is just going to be a rough outline, rough sketch. Now again, I'm still using this Inca brush. I really like it a lot. And I think it'll be cool to see how it affects the character. Oh yeah, feathers and scales, like the cockatoo, right? That would be a cool one. Okay, are you guys, okay. Let me know if you guys are if it's still lagging. Hopefully it's better now. Looks like it's flowing. Okay, so here we have Unikitty. We're going to start with, let's just start with the basic shapes. Square, we'll make this one almost like a circle. Triangle, triangle, circle, circle, and like a upside down U crosses over. A couple more circles in here. Just still keeping it basic shapes. Oval, oval, oval. There we go. No details yet. I'll try to make this shape a little bit more 3D because it's a very three-dimensional shape. There we go. Okay, cool. Got a nice, like, simple shape right here. I'm going to start a new layer. I'm going to lighten this bottom layer. And I know you guys are already sneaking peeks at the other characters I have for us to draw. Okay. All right, Jet, you're here. Awesome. Oh, I'm so glad you made it. Okay, here we go. All right, let's go in. Move this one closer. That way I can zoom in a little bit more. Here we go. Oh yeah, this is gonna look cool. I love this new brush. I'm so glad I found it. You guys can try it out too. Or if you want, you can use like a charcoal to draw the characters. If you have charcoal. One of my students was really cool. She burnt, with the help of her mom, she burnt a twig and like put it near like the fire or on the oven, on the stove, and she burnt like this like thicker twig, and then she was able to draw on it like it was charcoal, which is really cool. Okay, so let's start with the eyes. I always like starting with the eyes. I feel like those are like the things that pop. All right, here we go. Okay. Here we go. All right, looking pretty good. All right, let's add some eyelashes. Okay, and another one. Voila. Oh, we could color these into the pupils. Cool. All right, all right. How you guys following along? Cool. I hope you guys are doing all right. I think since everybody's so quiet, you're following along. Okay. Triangle for the ear. Triangle for the ear, and that just leads straight down, so it's all staying one line like that. This ear goes. Oops. This line goes straight down like that. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I love the Lego Movie. It was such a I scared you. I scared you. The Lego Movie was so awesome. It was really funny. I thought it was like really. I love the sarcasm in it, um, and I thought their characters were really funny. Especially how this character for Unikitty, she tried to be happy like all the time, and then they changed it so like she couldn't be happy anymore. She was like, "I'm angry," and then she freaks out. Um, I like that. I think we definitely put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be happy all the time, and I don't think that's very realistic. It seems kind of unnatural too, because we have so many other fun emotions. Um, all right, here we go. Oops, I keep on going in the eraser by accident. All right, let's try that unicorn horn. Cool. Looking good. All right. This face goes all the way. This smile goes all the way. There, and cross the eyes. We're going to erase underneath it. Hopefully, you guys, if you guys are drawing this in pencil, you can erase it. If you're drawing in marker, we'll try to cover it up when we do the color. All right, looking pretty good. And we're going to do the shines of the eyes later, too. And if you took my class on drawing 3D objects, this would definitely help come in handy. That would come in handy then, now. Because drawing these 3D cubes that are her feet definitely helps knowing how to draw like a cube in Dimension. Nothing's going on, I'm fine. I think, actually, to share a little bit, so I've always found that art is a great way to like learn about, think through things, think through objects and stuff. So for a time, like I was a really bad overthinker, and I couldn't like if something would pop into my head, I would feel like I had to like think about it, and I would resist that a lot, and I would also. And I would just overthink, and it was stressing me out, and it wasn't fun to live like that. And so the same thing was happening in my art. I would just keep on noodling the same line. I'd keep on like trying to color everything, and when I was doing the watercolors, it's really hard. Oh, that's awesome that your uncle works for Nickelodeon. And it wasn't fun, and it would ruin my artwork because something that should have taken me like 2 seconds would take me hours, and I'd probably end up messing it up anyway because just letting it happen naturally and letting it I'm going to turn off this back layer. We're going to add in some color now. Okay. And instead of me just letting the drawing flow and just being okay with it not being perfect, I would just overthink it, and I would keep on like working it and re-noodling it, and then it would just be overworked, and then it just doesn't look good anymore. It loses like the life to it. And the same thing was happening in my life. So I was just overdoing things, overworking things that didn't need to have that much, that I needed to just like kind of move on from. And eventually, actually, I learned to stop overthinking so much and just kind of like let things flow a little bit more. And part of the way I learned that was through my art. I used to do the sketch fevers at the CTN studio, which they actually do live. So if you guys, on every Wednesday night, you can watch the models, and some of those recordings were actually when I was there too. And you guys can watch them live and draw the models, and they're the same models that artists use at Disney. So it's really cool. It's just like they're really good. And I used to go there, and what's cool about those sketch nights is that they only do it for a certain amount of time. So after the timer goes off, the model changes their pose, and you have to just finish your drawing. And that was really hard for somebody that just liked to overwork and spend hours and hours and hours on a drawing. So that was really helpful for me because it forced me to just do a drawing really quickly and then move on to the next thing. And that in turn helped me learn how to do that with my thinking process, where I could just give it the time that I had, and then after that, and as the timer was up, or after I needed to move on and do something else, I would just have to move on and do something else. And I learned a lot about just how to be able to give your effort to something, but then also not give it more thought or time than it really needed. So there's a lot of lessons that I've learned through being an artist, and a lot of them had to do with how I drew as an artist, like things that I learned in my art, but then also in my life. All right, she's looking great, I want to say. I hope you guys are drawing too, and they look great too. I'm sure they do. You guys always impress me. Okay, here we go. And if you look, I'm not trying to make it exactly perfect. I'm just kind of like getting the essence of the character, if you will. And I think it's kind of more fun that way because then you can just enjoy the drawing a little bit. There we go. Okay. Drawing pencil for an iPad. Oh, that's yeah. Did you guys ask what I was holding? This iPad. So also for the drawing for this pencil, like yes, I have an iPad and drawing, but that's mainly because it's easier for me to teach that way. But for I think like it was like 2 years or something or three. Honestly, no, it was like for like 3 years or 2 years. Um, I would I was using my phone, and so you can get Procreate as an app on your phone, and that's the app that I'm drawing right now on. And I would draw with my finger on my phone, and I would even do sketch nights, sketch fevers at the gallery, the CTN studio. There we go. And I would draw those on my phone with my finger like this, and just draw them really quick. And it's cool because you can even save the recording of your drawing. They do that automatically. So I would do that for a long time before I ever got this tablet. And then also I was always in college, especially, and then when I moved out here to California, I always had a sketch pad in my pocket and a pen. And I found like a pen that I really liked, and I found a sketch pad that I really liked. I love Moleskine pens, and I love these Sharpie pens. I mean, I love Moleskine pads. They had watercolor ones, so you can even watercolor with it. And then these Sharpie pens, yeah, are really nice too to draw. Cool. Looks pretty good, I think. Let's move on to our next character. Now, maybe we don't color all of the characters because that's going to take a little while, but we can definitely draw this. I think let's try something new. Now these are all furry characters. It looks like someone who frozen. What are you talking about? Yeah, if you have an iPad, definitely use it on there. That would be easier for sure. But yeah, let's do a quick sketch. So we'll break them down. Circle, little belly, little feet. We're kind of just letting it be loose and play around, trying to get a feel for the shapes. There we go. Little hair. And what's important right now is this isn't supposed to look pretty. If your sketch looks nice, then you're doing something wrong because you don't want it to look nice. All it is you're literally like, this is just how I think, and this is helpful for me to know where everything is going to be. So it doesn't need to make sense to anybody else except for you. So when you draw your sketch, just keep it nice and loose. And make sure you can understand it. Really try to get the feel, the flow of the character. Cool. Alright, now we're going to lighten this layer. Boop. And we're going to add a new layer. Voila. Okay. The last character, oh, that was Unikitty. So like unicorn, but instead of corn, you go to kitty instead. Yes. Yeah, I'm using the app Procreate on my iPad. This is the Apple Pencil. Just for me, since I use it professionally, it was worth it for me to do that. But like I said, you guys can use your phone. I still have the app on my phone, and I can still do drawings on it with my finger. Or they have like really cheap styluses that you can get for like, you can get like a pack of like 12 for like $8 on Amazon, I think. Yeah, I think it's just I think it's important for you guys to try to get the most out of the tools that you have, and you can learn from it. And then when you're ready to advance and you can actually, utilize all the different elements to it, then that's a good time um, to upgrade. When you feel like you can, actually use, like when you're almost getting bored with everything on the app that you're using, like if you're using the one on your phone. I used that one for so long that like by the time I got this one, I was like ready to use all the new features on it. All right, so we're gonna start this outline, and I think let's try doing color first. Let's see how that looks. Sometimes starting first with like blocking the color gives a cool effect. I'm still kind of staying relatively in the lines of my sketch. The sketch was really loose though, so I don't even have to follow that exactly. Okay. And who knows, we might even like it better with just the color. The damn place. You guys are fun. Sometimes I don't know who's more entertaining, you guys or me. It's really funny. Okay, here we go, there we go. Oh yeah, how many of you guys have actually been to my in-person class? Alright, looking good, looking good. I'm gonna leave like a little outline, a little white outline in between the colors that overlap, like with this arm, like right here, with his arm as face, just so we know where those lines are. Can anybody else like hear an image? I've seen those memes a lot where they're like, they say that you can't hear an image and then you look at it and then you're like, I could definitely hear that in my head. I could definitely hear like Stitch saying hi, like the way he says it. I remember we used to try to sound like Stitch, like me and my brother, we would try to talk like him. It's really funny. I'm not going to try it right now. You're not going to get me to do that. But you guys should try it at home, where it's not going to be streamed online forever. Okay. And what's cool when we do it like this, to go in and do the outline, it just is a different feel. Like you feel a little bit more confident with your lines when you do them over the color. So hopefully you guys get a sense of that. All right, that's looking pretty good. Let's do his nose really quick. I heard that Stitch was part koala, part like pug. Is that right? Is that what he's supposed to be, like a mix of? Oh, I think that's all that color blue. Okay, let's switch. Let's do his mouth really quick. Nice. A little pink tongue. His teeth. Cool. And if you guys have been doing this with marker and so you can't draw white over a shape, see if your parents have any whiteout. It's something that you would do to like edit if you like sign something or you check something wrong on like a form. You can use whiteout to edit it. And I've done that a lot with my drawings where if I'm doing them traditionally like on paper um, and you have to edit something, I would use whiteout and just actually white out over my drawing. Let me see. Lin-Manuel. Oh, we should do a caricature. I'm going to write that down. Okay, we should do a caricature day, and I'm going to teach you guys how to draw caricatures of like people that are real, make them cartoons. A Stitch impression? I mean, I'm always down to hear a Stitch impression, but I don't know how that's going to work. Switch to Studio Pen. Alright, now I'm going to use Studio Pen for the outline. Let's get rid of the sketch. Whoa, too big. Let's try that. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Okay, just accidentally drew it on the same layer, so we don't want to do that. Create a new layer. Now, if you can see, this pen is a lot more sleeker than the one I was using. There we go. And we can do the outline if you want. I'm kind of feeling this color, and I think we want to move on to the next character. So let's do that. Just do this nice and loose. Okay, we're gonna leave it like that for right now. I think you guys get the gist of it. You guys can always follow along. What shape is the padding on his claws? Um, the shape, I mean, it's more like an egg shape, maybe, kind of like an oval, oval circle, or right on here. That shape, that almost looks like a palette, like an art palette. Here, I'll draw a picture really quick. You know, like an art palette with the colors. That's kind of what it looks like. Um, cool. No, who said this was the last episode? We're gonna be back on Tuesday, for sure. um, definitely not the last episode. I have way too many things that I still want to draw with you guys. Okay, let's try to draw Remy. Let's do a speed drawing. Okay, I'm gonna set a timer because we only have like 20 minutes left now, even if we go overtime. So let's do a quick drawing. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about with this speed drawing. Okay, so I'm gonna set a timer for. Let's set a 3-minute timer, okay? I'm gonna see if you guys can even see this too. Okay, there we go. If I put that here, okay. Brilliant. Okay. You know what? Let's do 4. I feel like 4 is a little bit more reasonable. Okay, so I'm going to set a timer for 4 minutes. We're going to try to draw Remy in 4 minutes. Okay? 4 minutes. There we go. And this is what I used to do at the sketch nights, and it's really fun. It freaks you out at first, but then when you get into it and you see how good it is, it's actually really helpful. Okay, here we go. And just trying to get it. There we go. Okay. Start. Okay. So let's see. We're going to start really quick. I'm going to change that color. This bluish color. Quick. Let's draw his face. Okay. His eyes. His mouth. His hands. My brain isn't even caught up to like how fast he's doing. Okay, there we go. So we have a pretty good shape of Remy. Let's lay in this layer. Let's draw. Let's go straight to ink on the top. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Eyes are too big. There we go. Okay. Spent way too much time on that eye right there. There we go. How are we doing time? Okay, we still got time. We still got time. Good. Just try going really fast. And what's really good about this way, I'm definitely not going to be able to talk very cohesively right now since I'm drawing so fast, but you get a sense, there we go, you get to really get out of your own way of thinking. Like you can't really overthink anything. You just have to go for it, which is a great spot, or a great mental spot to be in when you're an artist. You really don't want to have your logical brain getting too much in the way from the art, because it should just flow. And you gotta just kind of trust that your skills and all the talents that you know and that you like practice and everything that you practice is going to come through. Or at least that's how I rationalize it in my head. Okay. Erase. Now when I want it to erase, it doesn't erase. Okay, we'll draw his tail. Okay, let's add some color. Okay, we got 41 seconds. Let's go. Color, 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 color. Slap this color really fast. Okay, let's get that pink of the hand. And what's crazy is like you try to get lighting, you try to get all that other stuff in your drawing when you're drawing this fast, so you get pretty good pretty quickly. And time. Okay. Cancel. Okay. How'd you guys do? Whew. That was rough. Okay, I'm going to add one last thing just because it looks really creepy without the white in his eyes. There we go. I'm going to clean up that messy mascara that it looks like he has on his face. There we go. Okay. Not bad, not great, but I feel like hopefully if you guys were still able to follow along for that, you should have been able to do it. Thanks for the warning, like 2 minutes. Yeah. And also, this is not my first time doing this. Like I said, I did that for years on my phone, using my finger on my phone, drawing it like that. And I also had a sketchbook where I would go out and draw real people as I was just sitting on the bus or whatever. Or like waiting in line, and I would do that and just draw there. So definitely try to do it. Keep on practicing if you're not good at it. That's not the point. The point is that you're working through how you think and how you see things. And that's something that you can't just have somebody teach you. You really have to practice for yourself. And you have to learn how to see things by just drawing things. And drawing things quickly helps you get it through, and then it'll actually file through in your brain. Your brain will make sense of it. But it doesn't happen just by trying to like read a book or even watching a YouTube video. Some of it you just have to go out and draw. And it's interesting too, because you feel this pressure, but there's really no pressure. It's just a drawing in your notebook, in your sketchbook. But I get that it feels like there's pressure. I've had artists that I know that they specifically will buy. They'll buy cheap notebooks so that they can, like, they'll buy like $1 notebook and like a cheap pen. That way they don't actually put any pressure onto it, because if you buy an expensive one, you feel like you want it to be a perfect drawing. But yeah, exactly. It challenges your perfectionism for sure. And what's also cool is that when you do this kind of sketching and you practice like that, you're not supposed to always sketch like that, but then you'll find all these new things that you didn't even know that you were good at drawing, and like all these new techniques. And then you can incorporate them into your drawings when you do like perfectionist, so you know how to use that. So definitely keep on challenging yourself for that. We can do a whole class on that too. I think that'll be good. I'm writing down the class ideas because I'm gonna forget. Okay. All right. Quickly, everybody, make sure if you need some water, get up, grab some water, stretch. We're gonna do a quick stretch just so we can get onto the other characters. I'm gonna give us 10 more minutes. If you guys are fine to stay on, I'm fine to stay on since I was technical difficulties this morning. There we go. Okay, stretch, 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 neck. Okay, arm, arm. Okay, and we're good. All right. Now we're going to go on to furry animals. And these are going to be a lot of fun. Um, Furry animals. Yeah, let's see what we can do. Now that we learned how to do a little bit of the speed drawing, and we're trying out different methods, now you guys can pick your own methods for how you want to do it. If you have water, great. If you have a snack, great. If you don't, run and grab a snack, come back, get some air in your lungs, and let's draw. Okay. So our first furry creature that we're gonna draw is a little kitten. Okay. Great. Let's try. I want to really focus on the face of this kitten, so let's try to draw that. Here we go. I'm going to still use the same brush. We're going to try out a different way, where it's kind of like we start with the colors. This is a different way to sketch than what I usually show you. It's a little bit more fluid. It's a little bit more loose, and I figured that's a fun way to do it, especially fun way to do today's class, because we're drawing animals, and animals are so wild by nature. So start with a nice base color. Now, if you're using colored pencils, this would be a perfect time because we can kind of like build onto our drawing and like really get the shading. So we're going to use now a slightly darker color. There we go. I think that'll be good. Let's try just getting the texture of the face and the fur. This is going to be, this part right here is right over the nose. We're trying to get real painterly here, real sketchy. There we go. Okay, not bad, not bad. Right now it really looks like Grumpy Cat, because since we didn't draw the mouth, which is pretty funny. Okay. Let's see. Okay, cool. Now let's go in with some blue for the eyes. I'm going to make this blue a little bit bluer, so it looks here. And sometimes if you have some nice water colored pencils, you can even draw white over it. So let's see how that looks if you draw some white. Not bad. And we can do like a dark blue. I usually try to avoid black. You're shaking. You guys are so funny. Sorry. I was gonna split my chin. What did you do to your chin, Blake? It just fell off my chair and hit my chin on the table, and my dad came running, but I'm okay. Oh my god. Blake, I hope you're okay. Yeah, definitely don't go that crazy with art. It's just, we're just drawing here. think that's all the dark lines that we want to use right here. I'm just kind of looking at the colors. Let's get this darker pink color for the nose. And get a little bit lighter pink color just for around the face, on the cheeks. I'm glad you're okay, Blake. How did that happen? I hope it wasn't because of the it's I like my baby cousin. That's Abla the cat. Um, Blake, I hope that yeah, I hope it wasn't because of the speed drawing. All right, now I'm just going in with some like a darker brown a little bit just to give it a little bit more lines to the lines that need a little bit of darkness. All right. How's your little kitten look? Look cute and fluffy? There we go. Okay. Um, cool. You get hurt every day. You're funny. All right, let's draw another thing. I found this really funny picture of foxes, which works perfectly for our loose sketches that we're doing because this really captures the motion. And we're going to do a class on capturing motion too. But in the meantime, I'm just going to give you guys a quick, like, kind of crash course lesson. So we have our fox, right? Let's say we're drawing that first picture of it, this one right here. This one right here, we want to capture that motion. So this is, I'm trying to capture that flow of him jumping up. I always liked that as kids. I always liked the toys or like the action figures that it looked like the tiger was like jumping through the air, or if like the dragon was like flying. I always thought that those were the coolest ones just because they had such a action pose to them. There we go. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Good. Here we go. How are you guys doing? Lillian. Oh. Sorry, Lillian. Um, I totally thought you were a little boy named Blake. Hi, welcome, Lillian. I'm glad you're in the class today, and I'm glad that you're okay. Um, you're still on Unikitty. Get off of Unikitty. We need to. I know it's so difficult. Trust me, this is like something that I've always. You could ask any of my teachers. I would be the one that would just be still drawing and would be drawing and drawing and drawing forever, and not needing to switch. But it's definitely something that I've learned. Not something that I'm naturally good at to do these quick sketches like that. It's taken a lot of practice to get that out of my head, so that I can at least do it when it's appropriate to do it. So I can sit down and draw for hours and make it perfect if I wanted to, or I can draw really quickly now when I want to. So it's nice having that option. But it's definitely took some practice and getting used to. And I think I had started saying this earlier, and then I got distracted, but I don't like to use black. I was told by a painting teacher when we were doing oil paintings once, and she told me that never use black because black strips your drawing from life. And so when you use a black, it's like a dead color. So there's life. Color is life, and when you use black, you don't get that life. If that makes any sense at all. Okay, here we go. This one I'm kind of going back to our traditional way of drawing where I did the sketch and then I am doing the outline first. Also. Okay. And just kind of still, I'm just basically tracing over my initial sketch. Not doing anything, just giving it a little bit more point and details. If you want, you can give it a little bit of shadow right here. And now that we know how to draw Remy, there we go. All right. Let's see. It's a little overtime. Let's do. I'm loving that fox already. I mean, you can use black ink and stuff. Like that's what I was using. You can. I mean, if you want to draw in black, that's totally up to you too. This was a painter, an oil painter, so we kind of had that. Um, she had a different mentality because I've had people where they don't like thick black outlines, and then some people do like thick black outlines for cartoons. Oh, Lillian, of course, we care about you. It does not matter that you're just across the computer or that I'm over here. We can still care about each other over virtual mediums. Okay, let's draw this last one. I'm going to show you one other aspect way that you can try to draw. And it's not Blake Sarah, it's Lillian. Blake is just her dad's account, just so you know. Okay. So this one, we're going to color the entire thing in with a light color. So if you're using colored pencils or something like that, use a light color. We're going to finally draw a wolf. I think this was Zoe's sister recommended this one. That we draw wolves. Or it might have been Zoe. I know Zoe, you like to draw wolves too. So we're going to try to get the silhouette of the character. So the silhouette is just like the outline and the basic shape. Let's see. Okay. It's always Cohen here. Okay. Okay, bye, Sarah. Thank you for joining. You could always watch the rest of this video later if you want to follow along to see how we finished up the wolf. The wolf. Okay. Here we go. Now let's go into this, and we could add in some like midtones. This is basically like how you would paint, but I'm showing you. And you can use the same kind of methods with like colored pencils for the most part. The white might be a little tricky when we go back and do the lighter colors. There we go. Then we can go into a little bit darker. And this I'll even do the outline kind of in this color. Cool. May the bunny stay with you. I know the time is up. Okay. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit extra time since you were so patient and waiting this morning, if you guys wanted it. Alright, we're going to leave him almost like that. I'm just going to add in some white, some lighter color white. This is what I was going to show you guys. Okay. Okay, we're going to pause that for right now and finish up our class. Okay. All right, guys. We can go into that later about how we exactly did the wolf, and we can finish off the wolf. goodbye. For you guys are leaving right now. Let's see. Our challenge of the day, I want you guys to try to do a quick drawing, like a 5-minute drawing, a 10-minute drawing, a 1-minute drawing. Try to time yourself and just add the element of like a time limit to your drawings. You're probably done with the Unikitty calling yourself funny. Yeah, let me know what you guys did with the time limit. Let me see if you guys how fast you guys can come up with. I'm really curious to see the loose sketches that you guys do. Let me know. You guys are already commenting a lot of what we should draw next. Let me know that. Submit your drawings to noahfontana@gmail.com. You guys know that. Or tag me on Instagram. My link is below at teacher.noah. And if you want to support, we have our donation link down below too. And thumbs up and subscribe to the video, please. And then next week on Tuesday, we're going to make our own characters. Also, I just wanted to take a second. I thought it was really cool how, when I was having technical difficulties and was late, but then also when Lillian fell and everybody joined in and like showed her that we cared. I thought that was really cool because in times of crises or like when things don't go the way that we plan them to, there's still a lot of good that comes out of it. Like, I love seeing you guys in the comments. That was really sweet. And I wouldn't have known that you guys could have been so supportive in that way. I mean, you guys are always so supportive, but you guys like really came in with like waves of support and just like really came through, and that was really cool. And the same thing with Lillian. Like, I'm sure we all know that we care about each other, but when Lillian hurt herself and hurt her chin, we all came through, and you guys all like really just gave her like a wave of like a virtual online hugs and support and stuff, and it just kind of really hit the point home. So I love that you guys did that. Love you guys. I love that this is such a cool community that you guys like are getting to know each other. You guys have you guys cared about each other. So really cool. Thank you guys. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys for staying late. And yeah, I'll see you guys next class, which is how to make your own characters. Bye.